What's up, the John Squad? This is John Pillini here, your YouTube World Harrison Champion here on YouTube, and I'm coming at you to my WWE Raw review for March 13, 2017. That's right, what a WWE Monday Night Raw we had last night. There's a lot to talk about, there's some ups and downs, but let's get things going, shall we? We kicked off WWE Monday Night Raw with Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman, and Heyman starts talking about Brock Lesnar, F5 and Goldberg last week, and that Goldberg goes down and that the future takes place and calls the announcers that down goes Goldberg at WrestleMania, and that Goldberg is not in the building tonight in Detroit. That Goldberg's not here tonight, and that at WrestleMania the resurrection of Goldberg will be put down, and F5 equals down goes Goldberg. So down goes Goldberg at WrestleMania. So you never know. So the first match we had on Raw was Sasha Banks versus Dana Brooks, and the winner was Sasha Banks. After the match, Charlotte tells Dana Brooke about that she's a disgrace and that she is finally getting rid of her, but then Dana beats up on Charlotte and just attacks her and beats her up, and that's what ends the segment. So Dana stands tall. The second match we had on Raw was T.J. Perkins and Akira Tozawa. Love doing that thing. I love Akira Tozawa versus Brian Kendrick and Tony Nese, and the winner was Brian Kendrick and Tony Nese. So they are the winners. The third match we had on Raw was Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe versus Sami Zayn and Chris Jericho. And before the match started, Kevin Owens cuts a promo in the ring about how he's going to take Chris Jericho's United States Championship at WrestleMania. And so the winner of that match was Chris Jericho and Sami Zayn by DQ. But then after the match, the Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe were beating down Sami Zayn. Chris Jericho tried to make the save, but then Chris Jericho got beat up by Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens, and that's what stops that. So never know. But then during the match, I really thought Sami Zayn injured his knee. How the way he how the way he went over the rope and just landed on his knee. I was like, oh, ouch, that's gonna hurt. But still, that match was pretty good. Another match you had on Raw was the number one contenders for the Raw Tag Team Championships to face Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson at WrestleMania. Enzo Amore and Big Cass versus Cesaro and Sheamus. And there was no winner of the match due to Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows interfering and attacking Enzo Amore, Big Cass, Cesaro, and Sheamus. So Mick Foley tells him that it's going to be a those it's gonna be Enzo and Big Cass for a three-way match, for the Raw tag team titles. So that's what it's gonna be. So in the fifth match we had on Raw was Roman Reigns versus Jinder Mahal, and the winner was Roman Reigns. After the match, Roman Reigns cuts a promo and wants to call out the Undertaker, but the Undertaker does not come out, and guess who comes out? Mr. WrestleMania himself, Shawn Michaels, actually comes out and tells him that he is distracted and he is focused on come WrestleMania that he will eat Roman Reigns alive and that he's on Roman Reigns' side. So then Roman Reigns tells Shawn Michaels this, Roman Reigns acts like a heel during this part of the segment. Roman Reigns is acting like a heel in a way, telling Shawn Michaels this, I hate to tell you this, but Undertaker retired you, and I'm gonna retire the Undertaker. So I'm saying, whoa, wow. So then Braun Strowman attacks Roman Reigns on top of the ring and just runs him right over, and Roman Reigns goes spilling out. And that about ends that segment. So then the next match we had on Raw was Austin Aries making his Raw debut in the Cruiserweights versus Daivari. And the winner was Austin Aries, of course. So that's good, always to see him win. Another match we had on Raw was The Big Show versus Titus O'Neil. And the winner was The Big Show. The next match we had on Raw was Bayley versus Nia Jax, and the winner was Bayley by DQ. But then because the reason why the referee counted a 4 and Nia Jax wouldn't stop in the corner, so Bayley is the winner by DQ. And that's what happens, and then Nia Jax beats up on Bayley, and that's what ends that whole segment thing. So in the final segment we had on Raw was Mick Foley had to fire one Raw superstar. And so what happens during that, Stephanie gives Mick Foley a chance to prove himself that he's a businessman and that he has to show himself like that he can just prove to her about something. So then Mick Foley tells Stephanie that he is not going to fire no one and that he is going to fire Stephanie McMahon. And I just thought that was coming too because I knew no Raw superstar was going to get fired and that she is the only one that needs to go. Yep, I think she does need to go, what McFoley said last night. She's the only one that needs to go, and that he's looking in the eyes of a liar and a person. And then Triple H comes out, and I'm like saying, whoa, okay, this is getting interesting. Triple H comes out and tells Foley if he's got something to say to his face. So he tells McFoley that I don't have to just goes on about McFoley saying, like, he doesn't have to be brought him back here and he doesn't have to do any of that thing. So then what happens here, Mick Foley tells him this, that you're gonna go up that ramp. Triple H tells Mick Foley, you're gonna go up that ramp and you're gonna listen to Stephanie Man and you're gonna be like the monkey or something like that, jump around like the monkey, whatever. Stephanie Man says you're gonna go up that ramp and you're gonna come into work and you're gonna say that you love your job. So then Mick Foley does not go up the ramp, but guess what he pulls out? Mr. Sacco and puts the mandible claw in Triple H's mouth, and then Stedman kicks McFoley in the jewels. Then Seth Rollins comes out and saves McFoley from getting attacked by Triple H. Seth Rollins is coming out, and Seth Rollins brawls with Triple H. Seth Rollins looks like he's about to stand tall, but then Triple H gets back into the ring, hits Seth Rollins with his crutch, and then just beats up on Seth Rollins and just keeps beating him up, hitting him, and that's what ends Raw with Triple H after hitting Seth Rollins with the crutch, leaves Seth Rollins laying out. Well, once again, the John Squad, please like this video. Leave your comment down below what you thought about Raw last night, and subscribe for more. I thought the show was pretty epic and awesome, and I just thought it was awesome. I'm glad Seth Rollins was there last night. I don't know. I hope he can wrestle at WrestleMania because you know what? Now it seems like he could be. Yeah, the way he came out there and just took that beatdown from his knee too. He took the leg lock and stuff from Triple H. But still, it's going to be interesting to see if Rollins can compete at WrestleMania. But once again, the John Squad, please like this video. Tap the bell button down below to get latest updates on my videos. And subscribe for more. Peace out, the John Squad.